Hey you guys, welcome to Expensive Thoughts, where we get into some things about pop culture, music, what's going on right now in the world. So to start it off, we go start with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine just was released from jail. He was in jail for like 2 years, which seems like it was just maybe a year, but he was in there for 2 years. And he told on his friends, I think his manager, but now he's released and he's in witness protection, and everybody seems to be in an uproar about it. I personally think that I'm half and half with the situation, because if I put myself in his shoes, if somebody, kidnapped me, they fucked my baby mother, they tried to kidnap my own mother, and then they try to throw me under the bus, I don't know if I would be able to just take that L and take that time knowing that I got a family to support and millions of dollars waiting for me when I come home. So I could kind of see, why he did what he did. But on the flip side it's like, if you that nigga and you in the streets and you doing all these things and you put a hit out on Chief Keef, then I think that you run in the streets like you bold enough to withstand whatever sentence that you get. So I understand like where Meek Mill is coming from. I understand where everybody is coming from when they're upset about Tekashi 6ix9ine. But you got to think again, like, this guy is not fully black. He's really considered white. So like, it's different rules for them when it comes down to this thing called life. So even if you upset, you can't really be upset. Like, think about it. Would you really go to jail for somebody that tried to kidnap your mother? Would you really go to jail for somebody that fucks your baby mother? Would you really go to jail for somebody that tried to kidnap you, try to set you up? So it really doesn't make sense. But you can't play both sides. You can't be in the streets acting like, you tough. And then when shit hit the fan, you running, you snitching and doing all that shit. But he's white. So in the court system, like, they definitely had his back. They definitely protected him. And my issue with 6ix9ine is like, okay, you played your white card, you got out of jail, but on your rap song, you saying nigga. I don't feel like he should be able to say nigga. I feel like that nigga card should be revoked, because he's not being treated like a nigga. Because if it was a black guy and it was the same situation, he would have still been in jail, whether he snitched or not. That nigga would have still been in there. And this guy is kind of whitish, and all these black guys are in jail because of him. So I feel like that's the unfair part about it. And he get out and be of the culture, of the black culture, and benefit and get money off of that. And I just feel like that part about it isn't right. So I agree with Meek Mill, but I just think that he shouldn't get into it. I think he should just, lay back and let it play out and unfold for itself. I know he's like one of those rappers that's like really in the streets. So a lot of street niggas is mad because they feel like, this nigga come home after doing niggas dirty, and this nigga he got money, he out of jail, and everything is peachy for him. But it's a whole bunch of black families that's hurting because, they missing their black brothers or their black sons. So for me, that's the only part that's not fair, that this guy actually got to use his white card and then got to get out of jail and actually, reap the benefits of it, and reap the benefits of calling people niggas and, polluting our young black men minds and shit that listen to him, and making them go out and do dumb shit when he ain't really doing that shit. So it's fucked up. But let's get into some shit. Khia versus Trina. I guess Khia challenged Trina or something on her show. Comes on her YouTube channel, actually. She challenged Trina to a versus battle, which I'm familiar with both Khia and Trina. I like both Khia and I like both Trina for different reasons. I can't say it's like apples and oranges here. Khia is really, really big in the Florida area, so she has a lot of fans that think she has a lot of hits, but it's been like kind of local. Not saying she doesn't have global fans or a mass amount of fans as Trina, but Trina is more commercial, so she got a lot of commercial hits. She got a lot of hits that a lot of people around the world would know. So when you compare the two, it's two different people. Khia is more of a, not disregarding anything that she's done, I love Khia, but she's more of a local artist, and you know, a lot of her songs and her hits are known locally, whereas though Trina is more international, more, you know, global. And it's not because Khia is not talented enough, it's more so because Trina had more exposure. You get what I'm saying? So it's not that one is better, it's just one had more commercial exposure and the other one didn't really want to go the commercial route. Khia is like the type of person that like to like stand on her own, and she don't need any record label or anybody like, you know, pushing her forward. She ain't really want to, you know, sell out. So a lot of times people misconstrue her because she doesn't really want to sell out, but they take that as she has a nasty attitude or she's like arrogant or something. But I think in the versus battle, I think it probably would be good if Trina would do it. Actually, it would be quite funny because I know Khia would be throwing shots, but Trina, her attitude and her energy, she go want to fight. So I don't think that's gonna happen. But she's supposed to be doing a battle with, what's his name, Trip, which I think isn't a good battle because, you know, they have a lot of songs together. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Another thing as far as battles, Dojacat featuring Nicki and Beyonce featuring Megdastallion. People are trying to compare the two songs, which I think are uncomparable. Beyonce and Meg, they got a trap song, so it's kind of different from Dojacat and Nicki because it's a pop sound. So I think you can't. That's like comparing a trap song to, that's like comparing Future to like Justin Bieber. I just think it's not a good comparison. Them two shouldn't be in a category of a battle. Now, listening to the verses, listen to the song. I like Say So. I love Nicki, but I like Say So like by itself. Beyonce and Megdastallion, I like the song. I think that as far as lyrics go, I think it just flowed. I think it was cooler. Dojacat featuring Nicki, I think it was cool. The lyrics was cool. Her shots at wendywilliams, I'm gonna say it's geared towards wendywilliams because it just sounds like it. Because all through wendywilliams' show, she been taking shots at Nicki, little subliminal shots. So I think it was definitely towards Wendy. And Wendy is known to be naturally open about getting what you call those things, Botox shots in her face. So she's she even had her doctor come on her show and, you know, give her some Botox and some her fans some Botox right on her show. So I think that definitely was geared towards that. But I like Meg and Beyonce's union on the song better. I think it just flowed better. It was delivered better. But however, people are saying that Beyonce didn't even really want to put the song out. They're saying that she had an issue with I guess the rollout because the song was already leased, so they feel like she didn't really want to participate because she didn't post the song on her page. She didn't do anything. She wasn't on the album art, so they feel like, you know, Beyonce didn't put her force behind it, and it's speculations that she think that Meg isn't, you know, up to status as far as her career to even have a Beyonce feature. But I feel like people always talking, so I feel like if that was the case, she probably wouldn't even have done the song. I think her and Jay-Z has a lot of money invested in, I think that they invest in a lot of time with Megan because she's signed to Rock Nation, so I think it'll look good for her to actually have a song with Beyonce. Yeah, I think that she fuck with Megdastallion. They from Houston, so I think that's just hearsay. I don't think she has an issue with being on a song. I think that the song just didn't, you know, Beyonce is not a rapper, so she probably didn't want to, you know, mess up her brand by like, you know, posting that on her page, making it seem like, you know, she's a rapper now. But then on the other hand, they said she posted Kelly Rowland's song, some song called Coffee. So I mean, I don't know. I can't really say. Now let's get into these monthly stimulus checks. So it's not a rumor. They proposed $2,000 a month for I think about 6 months during this COVID-19 lockdown. And then I think you can extend it for 3 months after. I don't think that they're going to approve it simply because it was proposed by Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, and somebody else that I can't really think of right now. I don't think they're going to approve it just because it's Bernie Sanders is on the front line of it. So I don't think they're going to approve it just simply because of Bernie Sanders. I think that Donald Trump definitely isn't, you know, in favor of anything proposed by any Democrats, especially Bernie Sanders. It would be nice if they gave people $2,000 a month. I think that'll actually help people, but I think that's too much money in their eyes, and I think that they're not going to do it. I think they're probably going to do something, but then again, Trump just might do it because, you know, elections is coming up, and if he gives people that $2,000 a month, they're definitely going to vote for him, especially people who aren't used to nothing. And, you know, a lot of people, the $1,200 was the most money they ever got deposited into their account. So for them to receive $2,000 a month, that's going to be a big deal to them, and they're going to remember that when it's time for the polls. So I actually think that, you know, it would be a good idea for him to actually go ahead and give the $2,000 out a month. But looking at things, I don't think he'll actually do it just because to spite Bernie Sanders. He may do something similar or come up with like a different plan, but I think he'll definitely try to spite Bernie Sanders. Another thing I want to talk about, I want to send a rest in peace to Andreharrell. He died of a heart attack, I think, or heart failure or something like that. That's what I've read. I actually met Andreharrell. He's actually, I met him driving Uber. He was one of my passengers. I got a chance to talk to him about me doing music, and he gave me some good advice. We talked about Jay-Z, Beyonce. We talked about Russell Simmons. Yeah, we talk about Russell Simmons because that's like his best friend, and I love Russell Simmons. I went to a couple yoga classes he used to have in California. But anyway, we talked about a lot of things. He asked me about Drake, and he was like, I can't stand Drake, so I guess he doesn't like Drake. But he just told me like he would look out for me coming into the business, and that to keep doing what I'm doing, he told me to like work hard. And he asked me about the artists I like, and I told him like, you know, I like the artistry of like Chance the Rapper, Solange, Kanye, you know, Jay-Z and Beyonce. And he was like, you know, what sets them apart? He started talking about Will Smith, and he was like, hard work. He was like, you know, you got to work hard in the business, and you got to just basically like persevere and push through. You can't be lazy, which is some advice that, you know, I appreciated at the time. I just think that he was a genuine person, and I appreciated like all the advice he gave me. And the thing is, the day I picked him up, I was driving Uber on my birthday. So it was my 26th birthday. So I felt like that was a great sign from the universe. Not that I guess I stopped wanting to pursue music. It's just something that I just, you know, lost the creativity for. But also Little Richard died too as well. So rest in peace to Little Richard. I know Little Richard from that Tutti Frutti song, and also from the funniest thing, which when he found out that he died, I thought about, is the episode of Martin, when he was on there performing that Tutti Frutti, just like all over the place. Every 5 minutes he was just performing it at the piano, and I was really young when that episode came out, and I just thought that was the funniest thing. So rest in peace to Little Richard. Typically how this thing's going to go, this is like my first little conversation about these topics, so that's why it's pretty short. But next time it's going to be more organized, and I'm going to come with more topics and reality TV. I'm a reality TV junkie, so I watch pretty much every reality show A to Z. So I'll definitely be coming with some reality reviews, episode reviews and reports. But it's nice chatting with you guys. Check me out, Expensive Thoughts. Starting to stream live in a few days.